Yeah, my name is Sean Caughlan. I'm a principal marine engineer at Glosten, which is a US-based naval architecture and marine engineering company based in Seattle, but we also have an office in Providence, Rhode Island.
And what do you see happening in the US, North America for the green transition?
Well, there's a lot of smaller projects. Mostly, the most uh, obvious transition is the move towards battery and hybrid electric in the transportation sector. Um, so I guess one of the highest profile projects is what's going on with Washington State ferries in Seattle, where I'm from. And Washington State has announced the plan to convert their 26 existing vessels to um, battery electric in the future. So that future has started today, and the first of the three flagship vessels is in the shipyard getting converted with 6 megawatt hours of batteries, and will operate as a hybrid until the shore infrastructure is in place, which should happen over the next couple of years. And those three vessels, then there'll be a new build program with six or so, 5 or 6 more, which I think the tender comes out early next year. Um, so those will all they'll have something like 16 terminals with high power shore charging. So that's one of the bigger projects. Quite a few smaller vessels have been moving towards battery electric. Glosten has a design for an all battery powered uh, passenger and vehicle ferry in Puget Sound, the Guaymas Island ferry. Um, Also, I guess another project that Glosten is working on is a foiling ferry that's all battery powered for Kitsap Transit. The preliminary design, which was funded by the Federal Transit Administration, was just released. So those are a few of in the sort of transportation sector that we're involved with, but there's quite a few happening around the country in other locations as well.
So, in general, what are the type of technologies have you seen being implemented for lower emissions in other sectors, such as workboat, tugs, offshore, short
Right.
sea shipping?
Right. Well, in the workboat industry specifically, I know there's a number of sort of zero emissions projects around the country, like e-tugs and um, as well as some alternative fuel projects. Um, Glosten in particular has two projects. One is a harbor tug that we've worked on with ABB. It's a hybrid harbor tug which can operate on methanol fuel. Another one is a offshore line haul tug, the CT-120, which was just announced recently, which has the option of operating on methanol fuel should the owners desire that. So that's that's sort of what Glosten is working on right now. Although of course we're involved in the marine construction industry as well. So it's sort of like whatever the owners are looking for, we will accommodate that.
Excellent. Okay. And here at the Maritime Hybrid Electric and Hydrogen Fuel Cell Conference in Bergen, what have you picked up as the main trends that you think you can take back to North America?
Yeah, certainly. Well, Glosten's, sort of our sort of key competency is in research vessels, and the work here in Norway going on with green fuels like hydrogen is something which resonates with us. We're working on the um, coastal class research vessel for Scripps Institution of Oceanography, which is going to operate on the CCRV is going to operate on liquid hydrogen and diesel fuel, but it's also been designed with the tankage and the cofferdams to accommodate methanol in the future, which is something that Scripps felt strongly about. Um, if for some reason California had regulations that 10 years down the line that didn't allow them to burn diesel or something like that, they would have the option of converting their engines to methanol and be able to continue to operate. But primarily, the vessel will operate on liquid hydrogen for all of its shorter 1 and 2 day missions, and then for longer missions, they have the ability to operate on diesel. Of course, in California, all the diesel that the cargo crafter are running on is renewable diesel. So I guess the trends that I see towards that have been talked about here at the conference towards alternative fuels, methanol, ammonia, are trends that are also happening among our customers. And Norway, of course, is leading the way in e-vessels and also in piloting a lot of these technologies in the offshore sector and so on. So I would say that the work at my company parallels the work that's been talked about here today in many ways.